What is up, guys? Welcome back to Cozy Talks. This week we got Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal in the Apex. And guys, let me tell you, it's an Apex card. But I'm not gonna tell you about it. Z's gonna tell you about it. Z, how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, same thing I said in the Tuesday video. Winnipeg, we said the same thing. Winnipeg looked like an Apex card, but it turned out to be a fun event. Hopefully, we get the same thing with this, but overall, we'll see. We'll see when it comes Saturday. Anyways, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop a like on the video, comment, let us know how you're feeling about this, and let's get into this event. We're going to give you guys our quick picks, and then we're going to get into the betting lines, maybe look at a few parlays that we're interested in,
Jesus, there we
favorite
go.
prop plays, favorite money lines. We're going to talk about it all. But first, the first fight on the card. Talenta Alencar? Sorry, Talenta Alencar versus Julia Palastri. Pick a Julia Palastri.
Yep, Julia Street by KO's the prop I like here. Moving to the next one. Max Griffin versus the debuting Victor Valenzuela. Give me Victor Valenzuela.
Same here. Victor Valenzuela is the pick. Oh, next one. Francis Marshall, Lucas Brennan. My pick in this is the underdog, Lucas Brennan.
Yeah, I must have smoked something good because I'm on Lucas Brennan in this one. Moving to the next one. Rafael Filo, Cody Durden. Give me Rafael Filo versus the struggling Durden.
Yeah, surprised that Durden took this fight on short notice. Give me Philo.
Yeah, next one.
Bro, I am so sorry.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll clip that. We'll clip that out.
yeah, you got it.
All right, next fight on the card, Michelle Montague versus Myra Bueno Silva. Pick is Michelle Montague.
Yep, my pick is the prospect. My Michelle Mon. I almost said the prospect. My herbal one. Put the prospect Michelle Montague by submission or decision. Going to the next one. We got Cedricus Dumbass versus Jackson McVeigh. Give me Jackson McVeigh by KO or submission.
Yeah, give me Jackson the Moose McVeigh. Next fight on the card, Rodolfo Vieira versus Eric McConico. I say this with caution. Give me Eric McConico.
Yeah, if I really have to pick, then something's wrong here. But give me Eric McConico to get what I guess is considered an upset given the odds. Moving to the next one. Marcus Bukaka versus Ryan Spann. Give me Ryan Spann with the UFC experience versus a guy who's been struggling versus some blobs at heavyweight.
Yeah, give me Ryan Spann. He'll be way faster here, way more explosive. Moving into the next fight on the main card, Montel Quick Jackson versus Rayoni Barcelos. I say this one with caution as well, but give me Montel Jackson.
Yeah, give me Montel Jackson. Hopefully he keeps the range here. Hopefully he wins this one. Give me him by decision. Going to the next one. Davy Grant, Adrian Luna Martinetti. This one I say with caution because it's Davy Grant he's going against. But give me Adrian Luna Martinetti to win in his debut after coming off that contender series win.
Yeah, same here. Give me Adrian Luna Martinetti. He is actually the underdog on a lot of other sports books, so he is no longer the favorite. Moving into the next fight on the main card, Rafa Garcia versus Alexander Hernandez. Give me the brawler, Alexander Hernandez.
Yeah, give me Alexander Hernandez to stop the win streak of Bloodline Sports. That is Cub Swanson's gym. Give me Hernandez by KO or decision. Going to the next one, the co-main got Norma Dumont versus Jocelyn Edwards. This one's really a coin flip, but give me Norma Dumont in this one to win by decision.
Yep, give me Norma Dumont to win by decision. I think she'll be the heavier fighter. Moving in to the last fight on the event, Aljamain Sterling, Yusuf Zalal. I'm going with the Funk Master to get it done as the underdog. Former champ, Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, give me the former bantamweight champ and Aljamain Sterling to pull off the upset here and derail the momentum that Zalal has coming into this one. All right, let's get into our betting lines. Let me switch this over so we can actually read this shit. Where do we want to go? We need to get to. Is it? Oh, okay. I was below it. All right. So first fight of the night is real quick. Philo Roca. They don't have. They
Kind of
actually.
have it scrambled. They gotta have it
Oh,
scrambled
that's
a
not.
little bit.
It's not Roca anymore. That's why. No, first fight of the night's Pilastri Alan Carr. Any props you want to dive in on this one?
Not really. Maybe the Pilastri by knockout, but kind of surprised to see the Pilastri line is so huge, minus 280,
Velocity by
you
KO is
know.
5,000. Wait, what?
Oh, no, I remember last time. So let's not look at props. The props
Oh,
for
it's
some
because they're
fucking reason,
fucking.
they're all scrambled.
Is it
They're
gonna be?
all
Is
like
it?
misaligned.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
that's way better. There we
They
go.
just can't read on the vertical stuff, but you guys are here on the YouTube, so you guys should hopefully be able to read it. That's I think that's why it was zoomed in. It was fucked up because of that. I had it zoomed in a bit. Okay, so the Pilastre KO. I was like, bro, 5,000 for it? Okay, so
Yeah, that's
that's not
insane.
the draw line. Pilastre by KO plus 350. I like that line because Pilastre fucked up Coaculate last time out. Um, okay. Yeah, I like that too. Let's get to the next one. Max Griffin, Victor Valenzuela. So Victor Valenzuela, like Z said, is one of the training partners of Ilya Taporia at MMA Masters. So obviously we're looking at KO and submission props, but he is fighting a veteran, Max Griffin. But Max Griffin took it on short notice, so there's a little bit of caution on it.
Yeah.
It can be a really weird fight, but I like Valenzuela in this one. Any way he can get it done.
Plus 300. That's pretty nice. I mean, another thing as well about Valenzuela is he has a lot of first round finishes. He has a lot of first round finishes. So,
Right.
yeah, I really like that KO, TKO prop, especially at plus 300. I mean, other books are looking at like plus 240, but yeah, KO is probably the nicest prop on this one.
Yeah, they got the over under at 2.5, and they think it's gonna go decision. It more than likely could. I mean, it is a one of the it could be one of those weird fights that we see that's pretty common in the Apex where you get a veteran and a debuter and it's just shit. Let's look at the fight that we're kind of interested in because we're on a fat ass underdog. Uh Over under. What's so weird about this is they have the over under at 2.5, and they have it still favored to the over at 2.5. With the line this wide, you'd be like, why is this not favored to like not go the distance, you know? I mean, it is. I mean, but over 2.5, but you have plus money on a fight goes to decision prop, like something's weird there, right? Like there's obviously something that we're misreading, just looking at the lines, because that doesn't make any sense for why you have the over 2.5, but you have a plus money prop on a decision. I think that's really weird because
Yeah.
I think what people are probably looking at is a Francis Marshall decision win because he is like the heavy wrestler and Brennan is obviously the submission ace. Like Marshall by submission plus 230. That's cheaper than his money line. Wait, that's Marshall. Sorry. Brennan by sub 1,000. Yeah? Okay. I mean, that's how he gets it done. I don't think he wins if this goes to the scorecards. I think the shot on Brendan has to be on the submission. But if Marshall fucking wrestles his ass off and looks like Marab in there, then this is probably the more common or the more likely outcome. Because I don't see Marshall getting a finish inside the distance. I would see Marshall getting or Jesus, I would see Brendan getting a finish inside the distance. Uh, what do you think in this one? Anything you want to really look at? I mean, we can see
There's
what.
not really
Oh,
much.
they don't
There's
even
not
have
really much.
anything. Never mind.
Yeah. They're just I was just about to say I'm surprised that they actually had some lines
That's
open
Kalshi.
For the Marshall and Brennan for the Marshall and Brennan fight, but Philo and Durden, yeah, they probably wouldn't have anything on there because I mean everyone would hammer fucking
Yeah.
Philo submission. So yeah, if you are one of those lucky guys who possibly get a prop on that fight, hammer fucking Philo inside the distance. Philo round two, round three, because Durden will most definitely make it a gritty fight, but he will eventually get caught by something.
Yeah.
Not by a punch or anything, but he'll get caught by by some type of submission.
Yeah. Something
So
clever.
there's not really anything you could play on this unless you're absolute degenerate and you're fucking throwing money on Cody Durnan's money line. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We thank you for your donation if you do that, by the way.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if Cody Durden wins, please come back and
Come chirp our shit because we're stupid and don't know anything.
because I would be fucking flabbergasted if Cody Durden wins that fight.
Yeah. Uh, Next one is the women's fight. We're on Montague, both of us. This one's tough. I think this one is probably gonna go the distance because Barabona Silva is just like she's a hard, like, veteran to finish. I mean, she's a grappler herself, and it's Monahue's thing, and she's a grappler. So this is probably gonna be something that probably, stalemates. They're probably gonna stay standing. It's probably gonna become a really weird fight. But if Montague does wrestle clean and does find a dominant top position, she more than likely could get a sub. But I think the decisions are probably the safer bet. Of course, Montague by decision is plus 110. Marwan Silva is plus 470. Montague submission 320. And of course, if Silva did pull off an upset, it would be by a submission as well. 'Cause that's a 1200. Um, yeah, I don't really have any betting interest in this fight just because the way I
I'm
would look at it, it's kind of
I'm gonna I'm gonna say this real quick.
so
Michelle Montague, 7-0, hasn't gotten a knockout yet. She is the bigger girl in this fight. She is taller. She has the longer reach, and I believe she will be stronger wherever this fight goes. Bruno Silva might be a little faster, but I see Michelle Montague getting on top, securing top position, and ground and pound, getting her first KO, TKO finish in the UFC. I'm sniping it at plus
I
600.
mean, hey, she trains with Kayla Harrison. No one better to learn from how to be dominant in a top position, so it makes sense. All right, next one. Jackson McVeigh, Cedricus Dumas. In the quick fix, I call him dumbass because I don't like the guy. I think he just fights like shit. I mean, he fought. It's so weird how he fought in his contender series versus how he fights in the UFC. Because when he was on the contender series, he fought like he was owed money, right? He fought super fucking good, and then it's just like it's like his evil twin came in and fought for him in the UFC. But Jackson McVeigh, his striking output is a lot higher than Dumas on paper. Just reading the stats. So Jackson McVeigh KO is kind of what I'm interested in, and it's plus 230. But I also said inside the distance, a 230 on both lines. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think this is gonna see the scorecards. I think Dumas is gonna put himself in a shit position, kind of like what he did with Dante Johnson, where he left his neck out to dry and get fucking smacked by Dante Johnson. So yeah, I think McVeigh decide the distance is gonna be how I'll play this. Either way, I think he's live for a finish. What do you think, Z? You got anything here?
No, I'm on the side of McVeigh as well. I think he could get it done inside the distance. But I do like the over 1.5 rounds.
Oh, it's at 1.5. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, that
And
kind of tells you
it's
everything you need
plus
to know.
money. I mean, I Dumas, dumbass. I think he can make it a little bit of a sloppy fight and make it a little bit of a long fight for McVeigh, but I think McVeigh could eventually find
Oof,
that
sorry.
and kind of put out that striking output that you're talking about, Joe. But let's move into the other fight, the uncle fight. Eric McConaughey,
Thanks.
Vieira. We're on the side of McConaughey. Yeah, I just like the money line in my opinion.
I
I
mean,
don't think I don't
uh,
based off of McConaughey's last few fights, with Brundage, with Bagdasarian and Ruzi Boyev, um, just I didn't really see a whole lot of striking potential. So against another guy like Vieira, who doesn't really have a whole lot of striking potential either, I feel like this fight could be just really boring. But the fact that McConaughey though went to a decision with Brundage, who was a boring fucking hug fucker, and went all the way to the third round with Bagdasarian. Gonna put my money on the underdog here, and
not
I'm
not
only
not
really looking
Bagdasarian. You
at
mean Sursakayev.
Susakayev.
But
Oh,
I knew what you were
sorry.
saying. I knew what you were saying because of course.
They got those weird funky names, but yeah, Susakayev. But yeah, I'm just really eyeing fucking McConaughey's money line here.
Yeah, I think he's more likely to fight for your money than Vieira will. Vieira got head kick KO'd uh, by Bo Nickel, and he just like he's like Marcus Buchecha for the heavyweight division. He's a guy who comes in with like he's like a credentialed grappler, but he just like he can't translate it to the MMA world really that well. Eric Baconico, he's kind of just had a weird run in the UFC. Like he fought Bruzaboyev on a super short notice in Seattle last year, and of course he gets finished. I mean, he's a short notice guy and he's fighting a dude that is just a nasty long grappler or striker. And then after that, I think after that is when he got the Brundage matchup. And Brundage is just he's an annoying fighter for everyone. I mean, Cameron Outson got him out in like what was the second round, and I think Brundage
Yeah,
won the first round in that
yeah.
fight. So it's like Brundage is just an annoying matchup for anyone that's trying to, make a name for themselves. Um and then what? He fought who did he fight after that? I can't remember. But McConaughey, I think, just fights more for your money than Vieira will. And it makes more sense to take the guy who fights MMA the MMA way. He's a bit more athletic, I would say. So that's just kind of why I'm on the side of McConaughey. I think it just makes sense that way. Um, and moving to the heavyweights, we just talked about a guy that I said was like Vieira. We got Marcus Buchecha and Ryan Spann. We're on Ryan Spann. The money line's good. I mean, I don't know why the fuck he's the underdog when he has loads of MMA experience compared to Buchecha, who's just a credentialed grappler who hasn't done anything in the UFC yet. He's 0-2 in the UFC against a Martin Buday, who's not in the UFC anymore. And then he lost last time out to Nzechiku, who is a light heavyweight that moved up,
Who has no ground game
who
whatsoever.
has no ground game. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, well, the only thing you can hang over his head is he's the only dude who knocked out Carl Solberg and beat Carl Solberg. Okay, sure. I guess that's what you can say. But Buchecha has done nothing, and somehow he gets the respect of being the favorite in this one, which is just super fucking weird. Ryan Spann, I like him a lot by the KO, and of course I do too. Spann by submission is another one because in MMA he has a lot of submission wins. Plus 750 is obviously worth a sprinkle. It's probably not going to happen because he is going against a guy who is like I said, very credentialed in the
You
grappling
know,
department. But anything's possible.
yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Anything is possible, but how many times have we seen a dude get rocked, stumbled, or the guy's on top, ground and pound, and then the dude just won't go out, referee won't call it, so the guy on top is just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna choke him out.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it
we
can
might.
happen.
I agree with you. Ryan Spann, he's very explosive in my opinion. He's very fast in the first round. So if this fight does go on from the first round, I do kind of fear Spann's gas tank because, like I said, he's explosive and he kind of tends to put it all out there as soon as he lands one. So my pick, though, or what I'm eyeing is Spann inside the distance, submission or KO. Honestly,
Yep. All right, let's move on to the next fight. Montel Jackson and Ione Barcelos. This is a fight where you're probably banking on a Montel Jackson bounce back after he lost to the former flyweight champ in Figgy. And you're getting Barcelos, who is on a 4-fight win streak, and in that 4-fight win streak, beat Peyton Talbot and beat Ricky Simone. It's a tough one because Barcelos is a pressure fighter. Montel Jackson fights at range, and he has fast hands. Um, I think if Montel Jackson can just use the small cage of the apex to his advantage, and that's why I'm kind of cautious on this because the apex cage I think is smaller dimension wise. I think that's something that people always talk about is that it's one of the smaller octagons, and that's kind of like where these strikers like go to die because if they fight at range, there's not much range to fight at in the smaller cage. But I think he can do it. I think this is a tough ask because, like I said, Barcelos has all the momentum on his side. Montel Jackson just came off a loss to Figgy, but I think he can do it. And it'd probably be by decision, maybe. I don't know. I don't even feel like I don't really want to take a prop. I think I would just take the money line because the props in this one make me uncomfortable. Just like thinking about it.
yeah, I'm on the side of Montel Jackson. I just have his money line. You know, if I were to be a degenerate though, I would sprinkle a little bit on Jackson by KO.
280. Yeah.
Barcelos on the other hand though, thing that I've learned about him that he is a pretty dominant American wrestler.
Yeah.
He has a lot of that. He has a lot of that in his back pocket. So yeah, Montel Jackson, like you said, he needs to keep it in distance and find that range and kind of I don't know. I feel like he could put one on Barcelos and drop him. But he needs to be smart about it. You can't follow him to the ground, get into his game, or allow Barcelos to recover. But
Yeah.
overall, though, money line for Montel Jackson.
Okay. Next one, we got Hernandez versus Garcia. Both these guys are well, Alex Hernandez has been in the UFC for a long time, but he's currently riding a win streak and he is looking really good. He's currently in it, and I think he's currently in the prime of his career. I mean, he has a lot of fights in his MMA record, but you know, I think he's 32 or 33 years old. He's not even that old. He's fighting a Garcia who is a prospect who has a lot of submission wins and fights with Cub Swanson's camp. So guys like Danny Silva, guys like who else is in that camp? We just saw a dude fight not too long ago. Not Cub Swanson, obviously, because Cub Swanson's retired. I can't think of who the fuck else is in the camp. But he's part of that camp. I'm on the side of Hernandez. You're on the side of Hernandez. I think Hernandez just fights smarter. I think as long as he avoids grappling exchanges and keeps us standing, I think he's live for a knockout. 100%. I mean, he just chinned the shit out of Chase Hooper, which doesn't say much. We just saw him get fucking chinned in Seattle by Lance Gibson. But Hernandez is impressive. He also knocked out Diego Ferreira, who is a guy who doesn't really get knocked out too often. That's kind of like one of those rarities. So I think Hernandez is going to continue to his momentum in the UFC and take a shot at the top 15 probably after this. If he does get a win, which I think he will, Hernandez by KO plus 360. Like it a lot. I like it a lot. That is actually a pricey one because I think that's his method of victory here. Either this or I guess decision, which, you know, thinking of decisions just makes me sad. Garcia by sub, like I said, Garcia, most of his wins in the MMA are by submission. So plus 750 is a pretty high price for a guy that's kind of his only that's one of like his only ways of winning. Anything you want to see? No?
Just Hernandez knockout. I
Yeah.
really like the Hernandez knockout as well. Let's get
Uh,
into the next one though,
all right,
which
you got it.
the
Sorry.
lines. Yeah. Oh no, my fault. The lines did flip. I believe Martinetti. Yeah, Martinetti was the favorite. He used to be the favorite. Now
Yeah.
he's the underdog. He's grown into the underdog. I really like the Martinetti TKO KO against Davy Grant. I really like it because if you go and you rewatch the Vologden fight, Martinetti, he as soon as he sets the pace, bro, he sets the pace. And I feel like Davy Grant will try to be creative and try to, be the smarter guy in the fight, but Martinetti's just gonna pull out a pace that Davy Grant's not he's not gonna expect. So I really like the Martinetti KO.
Yeah, for a price on a KO prop where the other guy's never been knocked out, 850 is a good price to pay. You know, if they had this shit at like minus two or plus 200 or something, I'd be kind of like, you're giving me a prop like this is super likely to happen versus a guy who's never been knocked out. But for a price this high, I think it's worth the sprinkle. Shit. But Davy Grant, like we talked about, Davy Grant is that underdog, man. I mean, Grant could pull this off. I think Grant would win on a decision. I don't think he's gonna knock out Martinetti. We just saw Martinetti go to fucking war with Vologden. We talked about that already. But yeah, Grant decision plus 225. They think this fight might go to decision. Both these prices are about the same. But yeah, the Martinetti KO price I actually really like. That might be worth a sprinkle. Next one up the card. We got oh, they have this out of order. So we should be on Jocelyn Edwards and Norma Dumont. Wait, what's not on here? We're missing no, we're good, we're good. Everything's on here. Norman Dumont and Justin Edwards. I mean, this one is not worth betting whatsoever. This one I think is just a women's MMA fight that you're probably just gonna have to watch and just accept for what it is. Because are you gonna pay 600 for over 2.5? Are you gonna pay minus 450 for fight goes the distance? Are you gonna pay plus 320 on a decision or minus 150 on a decision? Mm, no, I'm not.
You know
I'm
what I
not.
will sprinkle. You know what I will sprinkle something on
What's that?
is any inside the distance props on this fight. I mean, you want to go back and look at Norma Dumont against Aldana? She fucking pieced in Aldana.
Dude, Dumont by KO is
Edwards,
plus 1,300.
Edwards is
Holy
on a fucking
shit.
Edwards is on a 4 fight streak right now, all by finishes. it's crazy that both of these high level strikers, and you got also got a high level grappler and Norma are both priced so high for inside the distance.
And one thing we can add is Jocelyn Edwards is stepping in on short notice. So if anyone is coming with a full fight camp, you should be betting on the Dumont side, 100%. Jocelyn Edwards only wins because of her being opportunistic. I don't think she's ready for this level, though. I mean, Norma Dumont hasn't been very impressive in her last fight. I think the other girl that she fought won that fight. That was a very close fight. She fought Ketlin Vieira, and Norma Dumont somehow stole that one away from her. But Edwards has been more. I think she's just been more impressive in her last five. I mean, she's been fucking knocking girls out left and right, getting wins,
Yeah.
in dominant fashion. Where Dumont has just been the decision merchant. So, I mean, betting this is kind of silly, but I do like it because it's a high price. But the Edwards price I like a lot more because we have seen her do it. We've seen her be this KO artist, right? So I like both these sides, but just for me, I'm gonna stay away from it because I think I know what we're gonna get. Um, and I don't want to have to be wrong about it, especially if like in my head I know that this is probably gonna be a decision fight that I don't want to pay for. All right, main event. Before we get to the main event, though, guys, before we get into the main event, though, guys, I just hella rolled the fuck out of those words. What was I even saying? Make sure you guys like the video, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good shit you people do. We appreciate it. If you guys are watching this, you're good people because it's a rough card. And we appreciate you guys for supporting us through these rough cards. Because guess what? Next week is not a rough card. Next week is gonna be a banger. So expect a lot of content on that. But for these, we're just giving you some of the filler content so you guys have shit to look at and make your own betting decisions. With that being said, though, let's get into the main event. Aljamain Sterling, Yusuf Zalal. We're on the side of Aljamain Sterling. He is growing into a bigger underdog from what it looks like. Okay, that's Kalashi. I'm not looking at look how insane Kalashi looks, bro. You can't even read Kalashi on this shit. Uh wait, that's Kalashi. What was that? Polymarket, whatever, same shit. Okay, FanDuel. So he's staying about the same. Anyway, what's the over under? Over under is 4.5. They definitely think this is gonna go to a decision. I mean, you got two guys that have some high level grappling. Aljamain Sterling is more of the American based wrestler. He does have submissions. He's known for being the human backpack. That's kind of what he has not really patented, but he's kind of made his nickname around. Uh, and then Yusuf Zalal, he's got more of the Muay Thai. He's got more tools in his bag. It would seem right. He's got really high level Muay Thai, but he also has some really good grappling. But we haven't seen him in a 5 rounder in the UFC. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go read his record, but I'm pretty sure this is his first one. And more than likely, this one is going to hit the championship rounds. And that is where I think the pedigree of Aljamain Sterling is going to take over. A guy who has been there, done that. He used to be the bantamweight title holder. I think that's where he's going to take over, is in those later rounds. As long as he can survive the early onslaught as a lull, I think he can get it done. Either by a late sub, if this hits the ground late in the rounds, or by decision. I mean, that's kind of. I feel like those are kind of the only two ways to play it, right? Because his striking output's not really that high. Zalal's is higher, of course. I think everyone knows that the side of Zalal is probably a little more palpable because you have more ways to for him to win, right? His KOs are better. Um, I don't see him choking out Sterling, even though he called for it in an interview, saying that he wants to be the guy to submit Sterling. I mean that's that. If you do that, then you just open a big door to contendership, big time. Because that's not a thing that really anyone has ever done. I don't think anyone's ever done it. But he's been knocked out. But yeah, Sterling by submission. If he did, plus 460. Sterling by decision, 260. That's a good decision price. I really like the decision price. Especially on Sterling, a guy that like really could wrestle his ass off and just win off control time. What do you think, Z?
Yeah, honestly, in this fight, I'm just gonna be taking Sterling money line. I like
Okay.
his price a lot just for being who he is, former champ, high level fighter in this division in MMA. I'm just gonna be taking Aljamain Sterling money line, Jesus. But
Mhm.
if I were to be, a little bit of a degenerate, play some of the props here, give me Aljo inside the distance. I think Aljo will be very dominant, like you're talking about, Joe. If this fight does touch the later rounds, the championship rounds, I think Sterling will really show that level of experience when it comes there, if it goes there. But overall, I'm just taking Aljo money line.
Okay. Well, that is it for the betting lines. Let us get you guys over to the Discord promo. Let us show you our Discord. We want you guys to get in the Discord. It's free. We're not gonna make you guys pay anything. Make you pay with your viewership and pay with your what do we want to pay with Z? Pay with your
With love.
kindness and love.
Pay with love and support. Over, overall though, guys, I'm sure if you have been watching us for I don't know, for a while, we used to post all of our bets at the end of the video, all of our parlays, but we post them all in our Discord, all for free, just right over there. But
Fuck,
go
I
ahead
did
and
too.
join the Discord. Go ahead and join the Discord. It's completely free. We're not asking for anything like Joe is talking about. We
Yeah.
post all of our bets, parlays. We try to stay live with them, try to update how our parlays are doing. If we have any live bets that are going on, any new parlays that we just cooked up during the fights, we post them all in the Discord. So come and join completely free. We don't charge shit like these other guys who are trying to charge for their premium for their
Yeah.
picks. You know, it's free. So that's all we ask is just come and join.
Yeah, yeah. We're just like regular people. We're not made of money, right? We are just like you guys. We work for our money and we want to share the experiences with people, right? Um with that being said though, I think we do have a potential play, right? See?
Do we?
Right? Right?
Let's get
Maybe,
into it. Let's go
maybe,
back.
maybe.
Let's
Let
let's go.
us
No,
let us
no, no,
cook. Let us
no, no, no,
cook.
no, no, no. I have one in mind.
All right, let's
I
do
have
it.
one in mind that I
You want
I
me to cook you want me to
actually
cook it up on here with the parlay?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm actually really interested in this one. I have a lot of confidence in it. It is a long shot parlay, but it is only 3 legs
Okay.
for about plus 15,000. Starting with the first leg, we're gonna take Venezuela by KO,
Uh, here we go. Valenzuela. KO. Boop.
and then we're gonna take Hernandez
Let me
by
grab this one.
KO.
'Cause I'm not touching the Kalshi one. Hernandez. Hernandez. By KO.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that the Kalshi one? No, it's not.
No, it's FanDuel. FanDuel we love. FanDuel's cool.
And then for the last one, the one that makes it a long shot because I think these first two are very, very live. Give me Martinetti by knockout.
Which one? One or eight? That's this one. They don't have okay, so I gotta go with one of these ones. Anyway, Martinetti KO.
Yep.
Damn. So if you put $10 on that, that is
1600. Almost 1700.
no, it's more than that. That's 16,000, I think, right?
Yeah, if you put $10 on it, you'd get about $1,700 in return if that hits. If that three
Okay.
leg hits.
Yeah, I know it's a lot. Shit. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. If I did something, I'll show you guys my cycle. Because every card I like to think a cycle is live. Last week had a lot of submissions, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Or was it the week before? No, I think it was last week. Had a lot of submissions. So,
No, it was also the week before as well. There was a lot of
right.
submissions.
All right, let's see. So what I would cook up for my would be oh, do I do it? Because he's such a fat underdog. The Brennan submission, because like I said, that is probably the only way this dude's alive in this fight is this submission threat. Uh, well, if I want to play it safe and oh, sorry, if I want to play it safe and look at something that might be fucking guaranteed, let me reset this. Actually, let me redo that. We're gonna do Hafel Filo by submission over Durden. If you can even get a line, right now there's no line for it. But just for showing you guys' sake, I'll just do Brennan. But I think Philo would be the safer one to do here. So Brennan submission, and then I think Montague is live on the decision. I think I'm being boring here, picking a women's fight for a decision. Wow. And then a KO. Hmm. This is a tough one. I think I'm on the span KO. I want heavyweight violence, and so I'm gonna pay for it. That's 75-23 on a 3-leg cycle.
Long shot for sure.
It is a long shot for sure because of the Brennan price. But I'll just say I probably wouldn't put Brennan in this cycle because underdog sweats like that are insane. It would be Philo. Philo would be the one I would put into this. But the other 2 legs are the ones I would do. So I would have Hoffa Philo submission, I would do Montague decision, and I would do Span KO. That would be my cycle for this card for sure. I'm not sure if KOs are very alive outside of the ones you mentioned, Martinetti, Hernandez. I guess McVeigh could be live, but I think he's live either way. And then who else did you say? You said Valenzuela.
Yeah.
Those are probably the only live KOs. Anything past that is, I think, is a surprise. Um, yeah, but that's our free plays to you guys, courtesy of watching our betting lines episode. As always, we appreciate you guys for watching that. That is the end of the Friday episode. We'll see you guys next week for UFC Perth. As always, stay cozy. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Join the Discord.